And let's talk about someone else, right? Let's talk about Kamala. No one likes Kamala. And I want to share this with you, right? I made a post on campaign social media. Well, President Trump made that post on campaign social media. But I've said that a lot as well. President Trump made a tremendous post on campaign social media. He said, Kamala Harris is dumb as a rock. And I said, I'm going to run with this post. This is an awesome post. Because I really do believe Kamala Harris is dumb as a rock. A friend of mine said to me a few months back during the 2024 election cycle, he said, Gary, Kamala Harris is an empty suit, S-U-I-T, empty suit, which means Kamala Harris is an unremarkable person. And I do believe Kamala Harris is an unremarkable person. You just look at her word salads, right? She says a few things that she somehow manages to string together. And at the end of the few sentences that she somehow manages to string together, there's hardly any sense that comes out of it. You contrast that with President Donald J. Trump's tremendous advice, encouragement, wisdom through his books, videos, and interviews, especially his book, Think Big. Look, I will say this. If someone asks me, Gary, I want to read a book. Which book should I read? I always say, and I always will say, read the Bible. But if they say, well, after that, which book should I read? I say, read Think Big by President Trump. It's a tremendous book. It's the greatest book ever written after the Bible. And that itself, that encouragement, advice, and wisdom through his books, videos, and interviews is itself a big difference between President Donald J. Trump and Kamala Harris. And I will say, it's a big difference between me, Gary, Barve, and Kamala Harris as well. I mean, believe it or not, I have written a book. Never in my dreams did I think I'll write a book. I wrote a book. The name of the book is One Nation Under God. And, it's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Apple iBooks, ebook, and paperback as well. This is a little bit of a plug, right? But I said, who the hell cares? I'm going to say it anyways, right? And so it's on the online portal. But, on the face of the book, on the cover page, I'm wearing the red Trump hat with the US flag on it. And, I've tried to replicate President Trump's look. Yes, that look. He calls it the tough as nails look. And I'm trying to replicate that on my book, One Nation Under God, and I think it's come out really well. But I will say this, Kamala Harris is an incompetent person, and I will politically decimate Kamala Harris if she decides to run against me in the 2028 presidential election cycle.